Hey, I just wanted to let everybody know that some of the truth channels that I subscribe to are having problems going live, and makes you wonder what's really going on. I think to myself, is this what's really going on? Are they really having problems uploading and going live, or are they just excuses? I don't know. I'd have to lean toward there's a problem because I haven't had anybody really lie to me. You know what I mean? So far that I can detect, but it's just weird. I see people that are a lot more powerful, like with views and subscribers and the content that they're talking about, able to load and stuff. But maybe it's because the people that I watch touch on topics that aren't related in the news. Who knows? But I just got back from Del Taco. Had to go eat some good food, relax, get my mind off of all this nasty negative stuff. But they're saying that there's a possibility that people aren't allowed to go live due to, NORTH Korea. Who knows? I wouldn't doubt it. But I think it's more plausible that it's our own country. You know what I mean? In my opinion, I think it'd be a waste of time for them to try to hack one of our corporate structures just to have a few truth streamers not able to upload live. You know what I mean? That don't make no sense at all. I could see them, doing a target towards them in order to complete a goal of theirs, you know, which would have to be big, you know what I mean, to put that type of resource into doing something like that. It doesn't make more sense that the people with the actual control of the software and hardware that controls these platforms, that it would be easier for those people to do what these channels are talking about not allowing them to go live or upstream, yeah, or stream live. It's just weird, man. It really is. And I'm getting so sick and tired of all this whining and crying about not being able to watch certain people and not being able to get their notifications. Or on the other hand, the operators of these channels crying about losing subscribers or not being able to live stream or having all these complications. You know what I mean? Like, it's a steady topic, dude, all day long. It's like, shut the fuck up. Get with the program. Understand what the fuck you've been involved with and gotten yourself involved with. Work around the parameters and fucking get as much information as you can out. You know what I mean? Whether that means setting up multiple channels across multiple regions, or networking, or getting off your high horse and collabing with other people. And that goes for everybody, not just a select few. You wouldn't have this problem with live streaming and getting your fucking information out if you collabed or had multiple channels spread out across multiple regions, whether that's worldwide or national or semi-international. You know, fucking YouTube isn't just in the 50 states. It's like, it's ridiculous. There's so much technology out there to bypass and reroute, your IP address, your internet connection. There's sophisticated VPNs out there that allow you to do whatever. It's ridiculous, man. I'm just tired of this shit. That's why this is my first video that I've ever put out on YouTube. Because I don't want to fucking be on, because I know what it involves. I know the headache. I know the hassle. I know the fucking haters and all the goddamn trolls that you have to deal with. You know? But all that has became less to me. You know? Actually, let me explain this better. All the things I just mentioned right there are not as important as what I think needs to be done in order to save what little humanity we have left in the United States. You know? People talk about how important the truth is. Well, you know what's more fucking important than that? The survival of the fucking people and the family and the children that reside in the United States. And that means Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, any fucking place that is connected to us as the United States of America, making sure that our minds are not fucking our minds, our soul, our humanity, isn't taken by all the goddamn evil and corruption that we see every single day on news streams, on blogs, on the internet, on these cable fucking television shows, these syndicated shows, these international and local news channels. It's everywhere. 10 years ago, I couldn't talk to anybody about this because no one even knew what the fuck was going on. It wasn't visible. You literally had to search for it. And even then, it wasn't believable. It just wasn't. But now, the regular fucking person that goes to work from 9 to 5, or the stay-home mother, or the babysitter, all the way up to the politicians, to the governors, to the teachers, it is so blatant now that I think that if Americans do not come together as a collective within the next 2 to 5 years, in between that time frame, and completely restructure our daily lives and what that entails that we do on a day-to-day basis, and completely restructure it. And that means limiting our time on electronic devices. That means spending more time with our children, or if you have children, or nieces and nephews, or your family, to sit down and educate them. And I'm not just talking about, mathematics and science. I'm talking about where they came from. I'm talking about history. I'm talking about, we need to spend more time outdoors. We need to spend more time in our elements that we are used to as humans, and get back to what the fuck our body and our minds are used to. You know what I mean? If we don't restructure our whole entire way of life, it's hopeless, man. It really is. It's fucking hopeless. No one is going to be able to have enough common sense and self-reliance and an educated mind to be able to think for themselves and to be able to be relatable to other people. You know what I mean? To be able to be just a normal human being towards another human being. But if we can get to that, which is simple, man, it really is. It's as simple as putting down what I'm recording this live stream on and putting it down and only using it as a tool, not as an entertainment device, not as something to get away from reality, not something to attack other people to feel better about themselves, or to watch pornography whenever and wherever. You know, these things were meant to be done sparingly. Just because you have it at the tip of your fingers doesn't mean that you have to fucking use it at every waking second to make yourself happy or feel better or to escape from your problems. It really is that simple. This thing that I'm holding in my hand, recording myself on, is probably one of the biggest problems that we have. And that goes for any other device that's similar to it. Anything they call smart is not. It's the opposite. And as soon as we can get rid of these electronics and for nefarious purposes and use them as a tool and use every electronic as a tool and get back to spending, at least 50% of our time relying on ourselves and our own mind to complete tasks and functions and obstacles in front of us, we'll be fine. We will. And I truly believe that. But we can talk all this truth, we can talk all these conspiracies, we can talk about all the shit you want to talk about. But unless we put these fucking devices down, and until we start taking our children's lives and minds more seriously, and until we can start relying on ourselves and our own mind and our own body and our own attributes and skills to be able to function in this world that we have given to us, which is a beautiful fucking place, man. And it's not hard to see. But the more you're trapped indoors, or the more that you're outside with your fucking head down, staring at something, it's all gonna pass by you. And as simple as that. Well, I think I've said enough for this first stream, but like I was saying, I really believe that getting this stuff out and making the things that I see apparent and making the things that I think that should be done in order to save us from the inevitable end that I see in front of us, which it doesn't have to be that way. I really think that my mindset and the way that I think and my relatableness to people and the way that I can just get along with just about anybody. Even if I find a way to hate you, I can still get along with you. You know what I mean? And I really think that it's going to take more people like me to, get this point across. You know what I mean? And it ain't just going to be done by sitting here in the camera and talking. It's not. You know, there's going to be a lot of work that's got to be put in to ourselves and to each individual in this country to be able to course correct all the fucked up shit that's been done by us. But it can be done. It can definitely be done.